Especially seeing Vilakazi second half, how he came second half, he changed the game. For me, that's wonderful. That's what I'm looking for in terms of looking at these youngsters coming to the game. You know, and when the big team like Paris playing, elders they'll tell you get a scones, a cake, to the cold drink or put it here, then you're gonna watch a big team. No, Paris is a very big team in Africa. And to try something, just for once, if you can try Vilakazi as number 10, and then play him 2 on the left, and play Velebai on the right. And then let's see. You know why I'm 2?
Yeah.
I'm looking at Uchabala when he plays there. He's
the number 10.
He's more on the left side. Especially the last game against Orbit. He was more supportive to Velebai. And we rather have Tebza sitting in front of defense than Tebza. Because we trust him with our hearts. We trust him that when Tebza is there, we can sleep the whole night.
Yeah.
So when you put to Tebza, and for me, I would say Tebza, Pesa Utimbule, Pesa Utimbata.
And then Unamtajel Umfaga is a sub.
Namtajela, I can put him if I want that stability, I want that craft.
Yeah.
I can say, let me put Umbule, Napande, Niti Namtajela, Niti Mbata, Niti Tebzala.
Benedict Tso Vilakazi is the all-time top goal scorer for Orlando Pirates with 52 goals plus 32 appearances for Bafana Bafana.
If you understand what I'm talking about, you will say to me, so you are correct.
Now you can catch Tso live every Monday on Omni Audio, TikTok, Facebook, and X. Don't miss Tso's football wisdom exclusive to Omni.
Grootmane?
Hola.
Otherwise?
Aye.
Yes. Yeah. Finally, sabazobona lobuso lobuhlala bu behind the scenes. Ngibone sininini kuma comments khona ongenile comment lapha yathi lo muntu odlala obuza ama question ubani sifuna ukumbona yimlo yabona I'm raising my hand. Silai blana Grootman, we coming from a Total Energies at Deep Proof Kaslako like so edube actually marika slako mas.
Yeah, no, not necessarily, but that's a 90k. So, but ngoba umuntu Soweto vele akufana ukuthi noma kube Soweto kasi yami.
Yeah. No Grootman, singayisusa.
Welcome to Tso's Football Wisdom. Bafowethu, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and post. And the most important thing, Bafowethu, ngicela nje ukuthi si-reacheni that 100,000 leyana Bafowethu. Ngicela amandla wenu. I know ukuthi you are always supporting. Please support. And we're going to talk about, hey, what happened last week? You know what happened last week? I'm a question for life. You know what happened last week? And then goes a Mapaganea, and then bese siyakukelling, bese siyabheka ukuthi ke kwenzakalani kule viki leli siyakulo ke manje ngeBafana Bafana. And also the big one that abantu abaningi abangayikhulumi, but it's a very big one. Our under 17 national team. Ukuthi kwenzakalani le Gold Cup.
I know, Grootman. That's a lovely one. Grootman, asisusela. Amakhosi for life team yakho. Babe ku number 2 for a couple of hours. Mara siyababongela, they played against the Orbit this week, and then the Kaizer Chiefs won that one by 4-1.
Yeah.
When about predict 2-0, but a win is a win anyway. Grootman, does this mean that the Kaizer Chiefs are back to winning ways? And does this mean ukuthi labantu laba sebayakwazi ukora amagoli? Because eske complain nge-Chiefs ukuthi abakora amagoli. But they went and scored 4 beautiful goals. Tutuzi Shabalala being the player of the match. Grootman Umfuno Vilakazi. What did you make of that game, Grootman?
Yeah, look, one I will say, Chiefs, they're getting there. They're not yet there. They are getting there. Remember that thing? They struggled last season. They end up in position 9. They didn't play with MTN 8. So now this season, they look much better than other seasons. And I'm happy that I see these young boys, Ouaddou, Vilakazi, coming to the party, especially seeing Vilakazi second half. How he came second half, he changed the game. For me, that's wonderful. That's what I'm looking for in terms of looking at these youngsters coming to the game. And you know when Kaizer Chiefs are playing, Baba,
Yeah.
you know, even the flies, they don't fly, they just sit still because
Mhlabuyama.
Kaizer Chiefs is a big team. And, I was very happy to see Kaizer Chiefs coming back. Kaizer Chiefs is a big team.
Yeah.
And I want people and also the players at Chiefs to realize that they're not just playing for any team
Yeah.
in the Betway Premiership. They're playing for one of the best teams in Africa, not only in South Africa, but in Africa, because you can go anywhere in Africa.
Yeah.
They respect Kaizer Chiefs, they love Kaizer Chiefs. So they did very well. Ouaddou created, scored 2 goals, created a goal. That's how an attacking midfielder, when you play that number 10 role, for me, when you do that, that's wonderful. That's the best. I cannot ask for more. If you create and an opportunity comes for you to score and you put the ball in the net, that's perfect for me.
Godman, mina, I was just happy to see them play their new signings. Because the Chiefs is a player ababeke benchini ngapha bakora amagoli mara bathena baqala ukudlalisa abo vele by. And I remember on social media I've been advocating to say start Tso Vilakazi. Lo mfana lona uyahamba udlala ama-AFCON, udlala ama-World Cup, even though it's at under 20 level, but you can see that he's ready to represent for the Kaizer Chiefs. Let's talk about the tactical battle between the two teams, the Orbit College and the Kaizer Chiefs. We saw how the Orbit College, when the game started, they took the game to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But after the Chiefs scored a goal, it's as if they became a little bit intimidated. And then Coach Akona wadlala flat and he started defending more. And then bebadlala Chiefs bebashange high press because bobo nakuna la Orbit College mabat bal noka ba phambili beba lose, and then the Chiefs they were making most of the dead balls. You look at how Coach Cedric Kaizer Krotman applied the attack yakhe. Shabalala playing as a number 10, Beba Tso Vilakazi playing as a left wing, and then you have Tso Vilakazi. So for me, what was smart about that is Tso Vilakazi plays on Udalango left. Maga Kata from the right, he has 2 options, either Oshala diagonal pass or rear shoot. When you look at the tactical battles between the two teams, Obano you winning.
Yeah, look, the OBG started very well. It's a team that you can see that they like to knock the ball and build up from the back, come to the midfield, go to that final third. But my worry with the OBG is that when they get to that final third, sometimes you don't need to be smart. Sometimes you need just to be dirty. Get somebody that you're just gonna roll the ball to him and just hit it.
Yeah.
Because they play beautiful football. I love the football. But when you look at between Chiefs and OBG, you could see at some point that there's this thing called big and small. You see when you're facing a giant that I'm facing a giant, I'm facing Kaizer Chiefs, and I need to be cautious.
Yeah.
Because Chiefs is a big team. And again, you look at the players that are playing for Kaizer Chiefs. Some you cannot compare with the players that go OBG.
Yeah.
But they put themselves out there, those players by OBG. They tried their best. But the Chiefs, as big as they are, and also players, they put effort, Kaizer Chiefs players, into the game.
Yeah.
I like what
Cedric
Kaizer is doing there at Chiefs.
Yeah.
But I just want to ask him to try something, just for once.
Yeah.
If you can try Vilakazi as number 10, and then play him 2 on the left, and play Vilakazi on the right, and then let's see. You know why I'm 2?
Yeah.
I'm looking at Uchabala when he plays there. He's
the number 10.
He's more on the left side, especially the last game against Orbit. He was more supportive to Vilakazi and leave Vilakazi alone on that side. But as a number 10, you need to balance both sides. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when I look at how Vilakazi plays, he's as playing in the wing. It seems like you putting him in the cage.
Yeah.
He cannot explore when he's playing on the wing. But if you can play him as a number 10, let's see. Because remember, this boy, we can see he's very smart.
Yeah.
He's clever when he's got the ball. He's a good passer. He can also take a shot.
Yeah.
So I think if they can play him as number 10 there, let's give him that chance in that number 10, and then let's see what is that he can do. But I think and I believe that if he can play in that position as number 10, he can give Chiefs what they need each and every game.
Hodman, Vilakazi finally got his start.
Yeah.
This was his first start of the season.
Yes.
Awudlalile.
Yeah,
Udlalile, the
played.
boy played well, Grootman.
Kahle
Like
nje,
he's
kahle
flawless. Kuze kuna clips wakhe lapha ku social media where they comparing amatheno akhe to amatheno akamfundo Vilakazi. There's a point where uVelebhai was training ngo Vilakazi lowe Orbit College.
Orbit, yes.
How far do you see uVelebhai go with this Kaizer Chiefs team?
No, look, the boy has got a bright future. The boy, I think, he's gonna do well. He just need time, in his time, coaching, work hard.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna help the Chiefs more, and especially when we've got youngsters like Velebhai, we still have to wait for Bartman, and then we've got Vilakazi. I think and then we're gonna have Umshini behind them also in that midfield. Yeah. I think Chiefs, they're going to have a very good team. So we just need to give them time to adjust themselves. One, in the Betway Premiership. Two, Chiefs, it's not easy to play for a big team.
I know, Grootman. Let's move on to the next. Ezimnyama ngenkane zakhe phulumuzi kamasipala zawubhekisa phezulu ithi imenkulu Grootman. Orlando Pirates played the Golden Arrows, on form Golden Arrows. Like Umangoba Mniti knows what he's doing there. He's on a roll and he's grooming nice players who I believe in a couple of seasons are playing for bigger teams. The Orlando Pirates traveled all the way to Durban. Yathi mayifika lapha ni Orlando Pirates asha 3. Golden Arrows scored 1. Grootman, what is more impressive lapha is the transition. Golden Arrows ithe maqeda ukora 2 minutes after Orlando Pirates counter attack and then Waishanga Pakachu and Mbutuma. Your favorite player, President Mfukeng, coming on as a sub, creating a goal. He just returned from injured. Wangena Walbamba Walit. What did you make of the game, Grootman?
What I'm doing is, when the big team like Paris playing, elders they'll tell you must get a scones, a cake, to the cold drink or put it here, then you're gonna watch a big team. No, Paris is a very big team in Africa, and playing against Golden Arrows, I was a bit scared of the Arrows. Recently, how they've been performing. More than to Coach Mangoba, he's been doing very well. Yeah. But now when we are big, man. That's how it depends. But that was a very, very interesting game, very good game. Arrows, they didn't like when they to say, no, we're gonna allow Paris to do whatever they want. We're gonna defend and so on and so forth. No. They were there in the game. They made it difficult for Pirates. And Pirates also, they said, look, we know you guys sometimes you can push us to the edge, but we'll show you why we are Pirates. And look, Mbutuma, let me tell you, that third goal, it's something else. I was watching that game. When Mfukeng made that pass, I stood up. I said, no, man, it's okay, man.
No.
Yeah. No. Do. Aksuba no more band that can do that. It takes special players to do that. And mind you, it takes special players to do that. Look at that pass come Mfukeng. And I want to go in details and look at how I feel about that goal. Why I'm so crazy about that goal. Look at the pass Mfukeng. Look at the run Mbutuma. And how he controls that ball and puts it down. The defender was just here. How he goes.
Shangeval.
It takes a courage. You know, we always say in football, you must have balls to do such a thing. Not number one on Ayanza Litola. And then Mbutuma Waivala. And then pretend as if you first time the keeper took a decision. Walalo keeper, why cheaper? Wow. It's one of the best goals, I'm telling you. If you want to be honest in our football, there's no other best goal than that one.
So do you think it's going to contend for goal of the season?
I'm telling you, it starts by where it comes from. And the run, how you made that run. How you control that ball. Beating a defender in that 6 yards.
Yeah.
The keeper comes out, pretend as if he's kicking. The keeper commit himself and then he just chip it up. Tell me, you also see such goals overseas, not like?
Yeah, no, I agree, Grootman. But Grootman, I think we also need to give credit to Coach Ouaddou for his substitutions. He won that game off the bench. Grootman, I think it takes It takes a lot of coaching. if like Ngleka Kamel Rajang al sebenzisa, but you look at how he read the game from the bench because Uwiniso ama substitute Utito created the second goal. Umfuken comes on and creates the third goal. Even when Unduli got injured, Umbata na magangena. That was the right time for Umbata kutangene. Umbata Hotman Ungena, he controlled that midfield and made it easy for Nemta Chela Kutandal. Hotman, what do you make of Coach Ouaddou's reading of the game?
Mdo, let me tell you, Coach Ouaddou is very smart. He doesn't panic. He knows when to put players at the right time in the game. You know, when Undulu got injured, the guys were saying, I think he's going to put in Tansin. I said, no. You can't put Tansin.
Yeah.
We need Umbata here.
Yeah.
Umbata is if you can watch, if you don't Umbata last season and this season, you can say, no, this is not the Umbata we're talking about. Yes. Yes, Umbata. You know now, you cannot have a midfielder without Umbata.
Yeah.
Now, I'm telling you, the game against Sundowns.
Yeah.
I was telling the guys to say, instead of playing with Tansin, yes, he played. After he scored that goal, I was going to take him out and put Ulonduzana Umbata.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to neutralize Ulonduzana Alende. And Umbata, one thing I like about Umbata, if you say to him, Umbata, play as defensive midfielder, he will do that job.
Yeah.
He will do that
Definitely.
job. And if you say to him, play as number 8, he came in. He was a boss in that midfield. He was a boss in that midfield. I was very pleased with him. And Coach Ouaddou is very smart.
Yeah.
He's a very good reader of the game. And he knows how to balance his team.
Yeah.
If you look at how he controls the way his players are controlling the game, how he wants to channel his attack.
Yeah.
Wow. No. I respect Coach Ouaddou. Coach Ouaddou he's got good players. There's teams where you can see that there's good players, but they look like they are lacking when it comes to coaching.
Yeah.
But when you look at the Pirates the balance.
Pirates any
Pirates the balance. Balance. Pirates. That's why sometimes there's people that are working behind the scenes that we need to give sometimes credit. The chairman and his sons Ukosana and Umbome and the technical director. There's a technical director. I don't want to put his name there because I think they will put pressure on him.
Yeah.
But the technical director is also playing his part in the team, and they just assembled a very, very good team. That team is balanced because you take out this one, you put this one. It seems like you only change the personnel.
Yeah.
But the performance is still the same.
Hortman, I guess that's why Coach Ouaddou are winning Coach of the Month, and congratulations to him.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the way he uses his players, Gangan. Hortman, a lot of us were complaining on social media, Mara, why Umbata? He was busy on Dooley, no Nemtajel, and Ninu Tensin. Umbata was on the bench. He comes on as a sub against Golden Arrows, and then he plays well. Would we say Uguti, keeping him on the bench made him hungrier? It made him get to a point where he's like, Yazin, I need to raise my hand. Clearly, in the Oyamangege, you win easily just like that. There's a lot of competition now. So do you think keeping him on the bench for those couple of games worked to his favor?
You know what? I personally, yes, I was crying why he's not playing Ulontuzana or Umbat and all of that. But when I sit down and analyze how Coach Ouaddou plans his team, I think he's putting Umbata, he's coaching Umbata to say, Mbata, there's games where I will need you and Dooley to play in that defensive role. But there's games where I will only need one of you playing.
Yeah.
So if I need one of you playing, that means when you'll sit and watch Ulontuzan, and when you'll sit and watch Unduli playing.
Yeah.
When you get an opportunity, I want you to continue where Unduli left.
Yeah.
And for me, he did very, very well. That's what I love about him, because you can see the role that Unduli is doing.
Yeah.
Umbata came in and did it. Gets the ball from defense. He makes everyone. And you see that He's got that instinct of going forward.
Yeah.
Look at the goalie. I think the first goal where Ulontuzana Unduli went in with the ball and then played to Ulontuzana Kukutito. And then Utito, instead of playing back to Uapolise, he played to Ulontuzana Ulovana Umbutuma.
Yeah.
Look at the instinct Gambata of him having the ball and then goes in. It tells you that if you want him to play as number 8, he can play that role. But how Coach Ouaddou wants Mbata to play, I think he says to Mbata, I want you to watch how Undul plays. If Undul is playing, you're not gonna play. He's giving. You know what he's doing? He's making everyone to work for his position.
Yeah.
No one
You need to earn it.
You need to earn that. That's why you see Umbule comes in, Nini Nusepenchin, Utito Nai comes in, or Nini Nusepenchin, Abo Sibelebele. Bonke, they work. Look at Van Rooyen, he's been out for injury, he came back and he played against.
Yeah.
So it tells you that he always prepares players. And when he prepares his players are always ready.
There are no substitutes la Orlando Pirates coach Ouaddou. To no substitute, every player is equal. Maungena Shaispan sizoqala ngawo. Injalo.
But you can see the attitude and how they're playing. They're telling you that we all deserve to start the game.
Yeah.
So, but unfortunately, the 30 of us who can start. Only the 11 can start.
Yeah.
And then the other 5 will come from the bench. But for me, I'm very happy with how Coach Ouaddou is handling that team of Orlando Pirates. Quality players, you can see their feet, they're ready.
Yeah.
You know, to take a risk of playing with dancing, but it's giving him that confidence. You know, when a coach puts you there, he shows that he believes in you, he trusts you.
Yeah.
So giving you that confidence. So you need to go on in the field also and say to yourself, I will do it. And that's why you see Orlando Pirates doing very well.
Man, let's move on to the Carling knockout. Hugo Broos ati enufisi Orlando Pirates ibume lapha ku Carling knockout. Ati wishes they get knocked out so that the players can have enough rest because he needs them for the AFCON. And then the Orlando Pirates went and wrote a different script. Tsebang Muremi being the hero again. Beautiful pass from Ouaddou.
Yeah.
Like beautiful pass from Ouaddou. Grotman. I still don't understand how he wasn't play of the match. Mara maybe with Namang Vodanga. Tsebang Muremi controls it ngekanda lakhe, beautiful technique. We sharp phakathi Orlando Pirates 1-0, they advance to the finals. Hotman, we won kanjani le game?
Look, beautiful game. It's normal. It's normal. That's one thing I always tell people. It's normal as Coach Broos asking, please, can you guys don't go to the final, please? You know why? Because he's looking at the AFCON and I'm like, oh.
Marano Coach Ouaddou, his job is on the line.
You know, it's being human. Put me in that position, I was going to also say the same thing.
Yeah.
Please, guys, please lose. The last AFCON, went all the way to the semi-final. This time around, I want us to get to the final. So please, can you lose so that you can rest? By the time we start, you guys are ready. But yeah, it's only a wish that you can ask for. But in reality, it's all work.
Yeah.
We're all working. He's also talking based on his work, Coach Hugo Broos, to say, I'm asking that Pirates, if they can lose, so that they can have these boys. But Coach Ouaddou also, he says, I need a win. I need also to bring another trophy. I've got one already. I need another one.
Yeah.
And they went out there against against Richards Bay.
Richards Bay, yeah.
It was not just an open game, an easy game. It was a bit tight. They play a low block. They try to frustrate Pirates. But Pirates, with the quality that they've got, they make sure that, we punish.
Yeah.
We punish. But I think, as I said, it was not an easy one. Remember last season, Arrows, they knocked out, Richards Bay, they knocked out the Pirates. Penalties.
Yeah.
So, Pirates, they know going to Richards Bay, on the back of their mind that, guys, remember, we were knocked out last season on penalties. by the very same team.
Yeah.
So we can't afford that today.
Avoid penalties by every means.
Look, we can't go there. And again, the quality of the players that they've got this season, they can't afford it. But Richards Bay, well done to Richards Bay. They didn't make it easy.
No, but
they didn't make it easy. They made sure that they tried to close the spaces where the Pirates they needed the pockets, but the Richards Bay they closed. They were compact. They closed the spaces, forced them to go wide. Unfortunately, one thing I like about Coach Ouaddou is that he believes in his plan.
Yeah.
And he will stick to it. He will, look at. I'll show you why I'm not saying this. If you can remember that game, on the right side, like our police say, we were knocking the ball. But as soon as the ball comes to the midfield, we just hit as a transition for Muremi on the left side.
Yeah.
He knew that it's going to happen one way or another. They will slip, and I'm going to punish them.
Yeah.
On this side, we'll play this side, but this side will run. We'll play this side, and this side will run.
Yeah.
And then look at how the goal happened.
Turning defense to offense, just like that. Left transition.
And then look at who played that ball. It was Police from the right side where the coach planned to say, "Yeah, we playing." But on the left to run.
Sakichin.
And the Police when they hit what? Boom! You get the touch, Cameroon.
But man, I think also I wanna give you Richards Bay credit la.
Yeah.
Coach Papi Zotwane, what a star player during his days.
Yeah.
We showing I'm gonna play low block in a high press.
Yeah.
So what he did, uvalele Orlando Pirates la, because it was difficult. Because usually Orlando Pirates man they like building from the back, but it was difficult for them to build from the back because the moment Dala na forward yaki press la, and then by the time it's in the middle of the park, guna le low block defense.
Yes.
And unfortunately, the disadvantage of low block is that if full back yako ya last side guy one by a counter attack. So what did you make, Grootman, of the tactics that Coach Papi Zotwane applied? He almost took Orlando Pirates to penalties.
Look, they did very well, especially in the second half. I think second half, they went second half to say, we've got nothing to lose. Let's go to them. They pushed Pirates because there were moments where I thought they were supposed to get a goal.
Yeah.
By the box, why are they passing each other in the box instead of taking a shot? And sorry, they played well. That's why I'm saying Richards Bay, they didn't make it easy for Pirates. They pushed them to the edge. They make sure that they made that mistake. Being a young team, maybe inexperienced defense, where they had to open. When you play against a team like Orlando Pirates, you must also read how they play. And if Coach Papi Zotwane saw what Coach Ouaddou planned, I doubt that they were going to allow Ulontuzana to have that space. Umremi. But now, when Debashai Lazin was rooting, on the right side, they're playing. And when they're playing, you'll find them. There's Namtejela, Umbule Sondela. So they group them that side to throw them with the up.
So that Umremi
remember, Umremi didn't go back. Umremi was always there sitting. That's why even when they were being attacked by Richards Bay, he was still there. When they got the ball, they played to him there. So they were caught sleeping. And that's how you learn that level to say, be cautious. And I always say, when I give advice to some coaches, when you attack, to me, my experience says, as we attack, we are as good as defending.
Yes.
Because when you lose the ball, you must be in a good position where you can regain that position quickly. So, they played well, Papi Zotwane, and I spoke to him after the game, and he was like, hey, but Bruami, do you think so? I said, no, look, Bruami, you guys did well. And there were moments that I think you were supposed to score, or either take a shot and see what's going to happen. But other than that, look, that was a very good game. It was a game also between the coaches to see. You can see the experience of Ouaddou as a coach to say, he was higher than Coach Zotwane with the experience of playing. Beside in terms of the quality players between the two teams, but Papi Zotwane, they did very well. They've worked hard. They've shown what is that they wanted to do. Unfortunately, that Pirates with one chance, then they punish.
Yeah, they played well indeed, Hortman.
Yeah.
On Sunday, Golden Arrows played Marumo Kellens. Marumo Kellens won their one, so they're gonna play Orlando Pirates in the final.
Yeah.
I just want to talk about the Marumo Kellens Kangani, Hortman. I mean, obviously focusing on the upcoming final. Marumo Kellens have a very good coach. I said this from the Pirates Elikin. I was like, lo coach lo special. This Marumo Kellens coach is special, and look at the way asebenzisa ngakhona uNdlondlo. This is not the Ndlondlo we saw with Pirates. Ndlondlo lo manje is just Ndlondlo on steroids. This coach Grootman comes all the way from Ivory Coast. He won the league, the Ivory Coast. He comes now to the PSL. You can see, number one, he's a coach that knows how to read the game. He's a coach that knows how to use his players. He doesn't have the best quality in the league, but he's working with what he has. And look at now, they made it to the final. At the start of the season, Marumo Kellens was one of the teams that did the Orlando Pirates, Super Orlando Pirates team. Le finally as a hot man. Maupegile Marumo Kellens nga surprise abantu.
Let me start by talking about the game between the two, Arrows and Marumo Gallant. They had a good game, very good game. I love when I see coaches that are playing football. That coaches that they don't have quality players.
Yeah,
they've got don't have much resources, but with whatever that they've got, they can bring something. When a coach can bring the best out of just an ordinary player, I respect that coach. I respect the coach like that. Both coaches, they don't have big name players.
Yeah,
they don't have. But you look at what they do in the field of play with those boys, unknown boys. Wow, I respect them.
Yeah,
I respect both of them. Well done to Marumo Gallant. Look, that coach is similar like Ouaddou. I'm telling you. He doesn't have material.
Yes.
But he can show you what is that he can do. Coach Ouaddou did that
when he was with Marumo Kellens. Yeah.
And I said to myself, I'm not sure that can handle a big name players. But in terms of being a coach, you can coach a big team.
Yeah.
And when I look at him now at Pirates, wow, it's unstoppable.
Hey.
It's unstoppable, Ouaddou.
Yeah.
And when I look at him now, the coach Marumo Gallant, I don't want to tip somebody else, but I want people to watch him. He's a very good coach. Look at Ndlondlo when we said it's finished.
Yeah. This is a different. Actually, Ndlondlo Pirates. Lord Dalamanje is a different Ndlondlo.
When they said no, Ndlondlo must go, he had an opportunity at Pirates, but he didn't use that opportunity. Look at him now. Look at him now.
Yeah.
You can still say no, Ndlondlo, come back. Yeah. Because of the way he's performing. He's doing very well. He's playing there behind. They're knocking the ball around. He's creating chances. Yeah. He's scoring. What more can you ask from him? So, look, I'm looking forward to the final.
It's gonna be an interesting one. It's
a very interesting one because both coaches, they like to play football. Both coaches, they got good players. Yes, Pirates, pound to pound. Marumo Gallant, they cannot mesh them.
Yeah.
But as a team, they it's going to be a very interesting one. I can't wait. I can't wait to watch that final.
It's definitely going to be an interesting one.
Yeah.
Grootman, Cebu International Week.
Yeah.
Bafana Bafana, Hugo Broos has announced his squad. Oddly enough, dominates, actually not even odd. I mean, I think we all expected it. 9 players from Orlando Pirates. Bagulesa squad Lesiana. This weekend they take on Zambia. I don't think it's going to be an easy one because Ishipolopolo used to give us a tough time. Ishipolopolo is a good team, and obviously complain but why not play a European team to prepare for this? We're playing against African opposition. Mele sidlale nabantu abala Africa, abantu aba understand the high tempo of playing la Africa. We see how Hugo Broos, obviously, there was a lot of controversy sparked because of his selection. He didn't select anyone from Kaizer Chiefs, and a lot of people are saying Umtutuzi Shabalala should have been in the squad. But you look at the squad, I believe there's a lot of depth. That's a squad that's good enough to it's a squad that's good enough to compete against a team like Zambia. Grootman, what do you make, before even talking about the game, what do you make of Hugo Broos' squad selection?
Look, you as a coach, you analyze the opponents, you select based on what you're going to face.
Yeah.
And for me, Umtu got a chance. He got selected. And remember now that Coach Hugo Broos, he doesn't have enough time to prepare for AFCON. So now he needs the soldiers that he's 100% sure that he's gonna use to AFCON. So that's why akafuna ukugembula by taking others to give him that experience and so on and so forth. He said to himself, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I think is gonna work for me for AFCON. So let me select these guys. Look, I don't have doubt in that selection here.
Yeah.
He's got a very strong team.
Grootman, Unemta Jela got his first call-up.
Yeah.
And then he makes it to the final squad, which is something big. Because we saw how sharp he sees in Maikala Ouaddou bekamfaka ngama 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But when he started the game, he won our hearts. Yeah. As supporters of the local game, not a specific team.
Yeah.
So we see how good he is. And esambona ukuthi lo muntu lona into ayazi. Do you think uyaya AFCON?
Let me say this. If I was Coach Hugo Broos, I was gonna take him.
Yeah. Why, Grootman?
You look at our midfielders. We don't have that midfielder that will go box to box. We don't have. Let's look at.
No, Tebza can't do.
No, Tebza can do, but we believe in Tebza to sit. We know Tebza when you sit in front of that defense, you all feel comfortable.
Yeah.
But now here comes the thing. Who can help us to join? Who can help us to link?
Yes.
Do we have that person?
Yes.
Now Nemte Jela can do it. Nemte Jela, let me put it this way. He's a 2-in-1. If you want him to sit, he will sit. If you say, I want you to neutralize, for example, Uti, neutralize Usokora, he would do that.
Yeah.
He would sit there, stand by Usokora, make sure that doesn't do anything done. But if you say to him, boy, I want you to go, I want you to get inside the box, I want you to...
He'll do exactly that.
He will do that.
And we are correct.
Then when you look at our national team, that central position, Tebza can do that. Nemte Jela can do that. But you can ask anyone in South Africa will tell you, we rather have Tebza sitting in front of defense than Tebza. Because we trust him with our hearts. We trust him that when Tebza is there, we can sleep the whole night.
Yeah.
So when you put to Tebza, and for me, I would say Tebza, Pesa Utimbule, Pesa Utimbata.
And then Unemta Jela umfaka as a sub.
Nemte Jela, I can put him if I want that stability, I want that craft.
Yeah.
I can say, let me put Umbule ngaphandle, ngithi Nemte Jela, ngithi Mbatha, ngithi Tebza la. I know the three, they will work in that midfield.
Yeah.
You know why I was saying that three? They can also help you to say, a police, you can stay there, don't come back. Muremi, you can stay there, don't come back. Froster, you can stay, don't come back. These three, they can cover that midfield. They can cover that. They've got energy, they're good ball players, they can win the ball at any given time, they can play. So it's easy when you've got that three and allow these two wingers to cheat.
Grootman, I just ngene kuyo ke le game. Bafana Bafana taking on Zambia this weekend.
Look, we're looking forward to the game as a country. And you know, Zambia always give us a headache.
Yeah. Like that's why Grootman, I said when we started a good team. People are saying that why not play a European opposition to prepare for Lentele?
It's not an easy team to play against Zambia. They'll always give you a headache. So it's going to be a tough one, but I'm looking forward to the game because we've got a very strong team. we've got confidence, we're preparing for AFCON. Yes, Zambia also, they're not going to bring here their second team. We're going to bring their A players. And it's going to be a very interesting one.
Score prediction?
It should be 2-1.
Bafana Bafana.
Yeah, definitely.
Amagola po Magban.
Umrem 1. I think Frosta will show 1.
Muremi 1, Frosla 1.
Yeah.
Sizobona khona man. Just in closing, Intwana Amachimbos are doing well. Besides losing 3-1 to Italy, Hotman, they've advanced to the knockout stages of the World Cup. And we can't wait to see them play. I'm talking about the national under-17. Hotman, Coach Vela Kumalo is onto something. He's grooming future stars. Bafana Bafana. If you ask me now, those boys need to be protected. Those boys need to keep playing together right now so that we have a national team maybe in 3 or 4 years now. From under 17 to under 20 to under 23 to the senior team. Asazi mhlambe bangafika kude nakuma semi-finals. Hotman, how far do you see them go kule World Cup?
Look, number one is I'm very proud of Coach Veli. We talk me and him almost every day. And I want to say, look, go and do your best. And now they're going to the second round. Yeah. And when you look at him, when he was trying to, prepare the team for the World Cup, he had some challenges. But now they're there. They put everything behind their back. They focus in the games. They're going to the second round. I'm very proud. Yes, they've lost last night. I spoke to him even this morning. They've lost last night, but I'm proud of them. You know why I'm proud of them is that as South Africans, we don't trust and believe in our player coaches.
Yeah.
And I look back from the under 20 to Coach Mtaga. No one gave Coach Mtaga a chance, but they took the team to the World Cup. Yes, Coach Veli again. No one is saying anything, but here at Source Football Wisdom, we are talking about you guys,
yes.
Under 17, World Cup Coach Veli. You guys are making us proud. Keep up the good work. So as Football Wisdom, I'm your number one supporter. I'm watching you guys go all the way.
And Hotman, Coach Vela, assistant is a former teammate.
Yeah.
Tso Vilakazi. So we can see sometimes a legend, Magakruma youngsters. Then these youngsters become more confident. These youngsters results because clearly Tso Vilakazi is passing on his wisdom. We need to give credit where it's true. Marathon, how far do you see them go? Do you see them making it past the last 16 or?
I'll be happy if they can also reach quarterfinal. But I believe with how things are happening, if they can get to semi-final, for me that's a win. But I won't be disappointed. The main fact that they went to the World Cup. How many countries that they wanted to go to the World Cup? Now in that World Cup, how many countries that they wanted to go to the second round? And they managed to go there. What more can I ask from them?
Yeah.
So I'm proud of the Coach Veli and the Grootman, my former captain Tso Vilakazi, and the boys. They're making us proud. That's why I'm saying, as Tso Football Wisdom, I'm your number one fan. I'm always behind you guys. Push. If you get to the semi-final, look, I'll be the happiest man.
Yeah.
And please, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and post. Please, Bafana.
I know, Hotman. I think it's Peggy. You gave us the predictions. We analyzed the games. Kulumile ngamatektik. Singayivala.
Lona bafowethu ubongane Benedict Vilakazi. Bambiza Tso. Bambiza lithi Napoleon. Umshikashika insizwe zishumi. Mayodwa ngeke enze lutho. Ngithi please bafowethu. Tso's Football Wisdom, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and post. Ngiyacela bafowethu ukuthi subscribe uzofika lapha kule 100,000. Danko.
Danko, Hotman.